Hello, this is Jim Koshesky. I'm chaplain at Magnolia Trace in Huntsville, Alabama. Today for our devotional, I want to take a passage from Jesus' great sermon called the Sermon on the Mount. This is Matthew 5, verses 13. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a bushel, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Jesus uses two natural elements, salt and light, to demonstrate the effects that the Christian community and individual Christians should have on the world around them. First, the salt. Salt is used for two things. It's used to flavor and it's used to preserve. Sometimes if I'm eating something and it doesn't taste real well, I think it needs more spice, I'll add a little salt to it and it begins to brighten the taste, makes it savory. Along the roads in Roman times were salt mounds. These salt mounds over time would decay, and the salt would become corrupt and not effective. And so the soldiers, when they weren't fighting, the Roman soldiers, when they weren't fighting in a war, would use this salt on the roads, and literally men trampled them under their feet. So it is of a Christian that doesn't live by the ethics that Jesus taught, doesn't live by a life of loving kindness as Acts tries to encourage all of its residents and staff. So if we lose the salt, it's good for nothing. Another natural element is light. We are a light in the world. Jesus says, I am the light of the world. We are lights also. I like to think that Jesus is like the sun, and we are the light that comes from the moon. The moon has no light of its own. It reflects only the light of the sun. So if we're walking in the path that Jesus taught, and we're doing what he says, then we reflect his love to the world. He says, as the Father has sent me, so send I you. We are sent into the world to be the salt and the light. Not to bring glory to ourselves, but to bring glory to God, as it says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. The early Christians lived such a life that they went from an illegal religion in the first century to the religion of the Roman Empire 300 years later. It took time, but they changed the world because they literally lived what Christ taught here, to be the salt and light. Let us decide that we are going to be the salt and light company wherever we go, that we may bring glory to our Father in heaven. Thank you for joining me today, and I trust you will have a blessed day.